What's happening, Muscle and Mind? Welcome back to my garage, my life, my gym, and all that. Since this is a vegan topic video, I want to put a product plug. And no, it's not a sponsor, because I can't be bought. So this is just my opinion. This is Naked Nutrition. Naked P is the name of this one, of course, but Naked Nutrition makes some really good protein. This is a 5-pound tub. It only cost me $55 US, American. And there is one ingredient in this damn thing. I don't know if you can read it or see it or whatever, but it's yellow pea protein, and that is it. One serving, and there's 76 servings in here, is 27 grams of protein, half a gram of fat, and 2 carbs. 27 grams of protein from a vegan source, whoa. But it's not good by itself because it's just yellow pea protein, so it tastes like pea protein, duh. But it's got a little scoop. So it's actually not that. But I mix it with smoothies in the morning with like almond milk, a little green, some berries, fruit, whatever. And it's a great way to start your day with 27 grams of protein, and it's extremely cheap. The cost per serving on that is like 70 cents, so just saying. But today we're talking about health, and what does that mean to you? If someone said, is this a health food, or this food's healthy for me, what does that even mean? And I bring this up because this is an actual conversation that I've had with people that have been like, oh, I've been eating healthy, and I ask them, I go, what the hell does that even mean to you? Oh, you know, like, it's good for me. I'm like, okay, what does that mean for you? And they get down this wormhole and they don't really know how to define health. And to me, health is the lack of disease and illness, right? It's really that simple. And if you don't have disease and illness, therefore you have health. Someone who is 24 like me, people my age, tend to take health for granted. And for someone who, like, I'm worried about things like, you know, like cancer, and not to the point that I'm actually physically worried about it, but I would like to prepare for stuff like that in the future. That's how I lost my grandfather. And if I could do things right now to prevent disease and illness, prolong my life, prolong my healthy years, I absolutely will do that now. I got into working out for health. And I said in my last video, I don't think there's anything overly healthy about bodybuilding except the cardiovascular workout. If anything, I'm adding weight to my body, which puts more toll on my joints, my organs, things like that. So health to me, like I said, is the lack of disease and illness. There's a guy named Hippocrates, and he is a Greek physician from like the year 400 BC. And he's kind of known as the father of modern medicine, and doctors, physicians nowadays still have to take a Hippocratic oath, which means that they will uphold an ethical standard in their medicinal practice. They will not overdiagnose, overtreat, things like that, just to make money. And it doesn't really work with capitalism because doctors do that all the time now. How many people have, well, in California, a lot of people get these medical marijuana cards when they don't really need them. But anyway, besides the point, he has a quote that is famous, and it is, let thy medicine be thy food, and thy food be thy medicine. Now, he was one of the first who thought that, and this is before microscopes, before you could actually measure stuff like this, before we had the instruments to actually measure this stuff, he observed that food was able to prevent and or reverse disease, right? And thousands of years later, his thoughts on that have actually rung true and have been studied and confirmed. I don't want to say confirmed because it's never confirmed in science, everything's in theory, but there is a lot of evidence suggesting that what you eat can affect your health, right? I mean, that's not too far out of an idea. So veganism, okay, vegans live the longest. And why does that matter? Vegans live longer than vegetarians and meat eaters. And some people say that's because vegans are the most health conscious, therefore they work out, therefore, you know, they have a smarter calorie range. But still, the facts have been shown that vegans live longer than other dietary groups. And that has a direct correlation with disease and illness. If you don't have disease and illness, you will live longer because you will not die. People die of disease and illness. People don't die of old age. They die of something failing. Whether it's heart failure, whether it's, you know, a cancer at old age, a disease catches up to you, but you don't die just because you die. That doesn't make sense. So, like I said, people my age, people who are 24, don't like thinking about the future and death and stuff like that. But I think we have to, because if you don't have your health, you literally have nothing at all. Like, literally nothing. And as someone who has been relatively healthy their entire life, I've never broken a bone even. I've never had any, you know, serious illnesses or diseases to go through. I still recognize and I see it around me, and that's something that I'm definitely afraid of. I couldn't imagine what it feels like to have your body breaking down in front of you. A friend of mine named Weiss had rheumatoid arthritis, I believe. It's an autoimmune disease. And I'm gonna link her video because she's freaking awesome. She has a podcast called Generation Vegan. And she interviews like just basically influential vegans. I was on the podcast once. But she interviews vegans to kind of like grow the community, share their stories and stuff like that. And the reason I bring her up is because she was a competitive bodybuilder. She looked healthy. She looked fit, lean. And a lot of these guys, they have this guys that you can't see through it because they look like they're in shape and they got these muscles and they look lean. So people assume they're healthy, but a lot of the time, autoimmune diseases don't care, especially if what you're trying to eat is just to get certain calories, proteins, carbs, fats, and you're not focusing on health, which is the lack of disease and illness. Disease can still catch up to you no matter what you look like. So she converted to a vegan diet through her research, through things she found online that suggested that you could put autoimmune diseases into remission through diet. So I don't want to say the word cure because the word cure kind of implies that it's gone forever and it'll never come back. And that's a long-term thing. You really can't say that. But the evidence is there that veganism can put autoimmune disease into remission. And I think that's pretty badass. Now, so disease and illness is really a numbers game, and there's a lot of things that are out of your control, but the things that I can control, I'm going to. I'm absolutely gonna put my best effort forward to try to prevent disease and illness as I go throughout my life. So you can do your own research, you can find out for yourself what you think is the best diet plan for you, but that's why I chose veganism, and that's why I do the things I do. So in closing this video, since it's a vegan topic, I might as well vlog a little bit. I am, what is today? The 30th, is there a 31st of May? It's 31st of May, 1st of June, something like that. But I am 2 months and 10 days vegan. So that's 70 days. The study has 20 more days left. I don't know the numbers. I probably should have got them before I started talking. But yeah, it's not too much longer. We're more than 2/3 of the way there. And then this vegan athlete case study will be over and I will be able to show you guys how much muscle I've gained objectively, not subjectively, not by the way it looks, but actually by what the paper says, what my body composition says. So it's not gonna be a mystery, or it shouldn't be a mystery to people that vegans can build muscle, but the change is something I was really just trying to measure doing this. So I wanna see if getting off animal products and changing to veganism, if that like initial change affects your muscles. Because if it doesn't, people really have no reason to go vegan, especially bodybuilders. And that's kind of like the audience I feel like I'm talking to, I think, maybe. But yeah, 2.5 months, I feel great. There's really, nothing's changed. It's fantastic. Life is good. It always has been good. It was good before. But there's no complaints. I don't even crave anything. Like, I forgot what meat and cheese tastes like. It's apparently, you know, dogs eat like dry food all the time, and they don't know what anything else. Maybe your dog knows what something else tastes like, but there's a lot of dogs that just eat the same shit because they don't know anything else. You kind of like train yourself. You appreciate, when I was an animal product eater and I try like a vegan cheese or something, like, oh, it's okay, but it's not cheese. Now it's like, that is the new cheese for me. Like, vegan cheese is actually really damn good to me now. I'm sure if I tried animal product cheese again, I would really love it, but it's not like I need it. It's not like I crave it. It's the only reason you want something is because you had it, and it's kind of like your perception of like a food standard. And yeah, I guess that's just what I'm saying. There's a lot of great food out there, but food for me is just for energy, and it's not. I don't try to use it for emotional reasons, right? Because eating's a really emotional process for a lot of people. People eat because they're tired and sad, and I don't want to have that relationship with food. I want to have a healthy relationship with food. I want food to be something that gives me energy, promotes good health, and if it tastes good in the process, that's great, but that is definitely not the priority. All right, I got nothing else to say. This is MuscleNMind. Subscribe to the channel. 1,000's coming soon too. I'm getting 1,000 subscribers in like a week probably. That's blowing my mind. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for subbing. That means the world to me. Like I said a couple of videos ago, I have 1,000 subscribers, something going on that I'm gonna show you. You're gonna love it. But MuscleNMind.
Let it go.